Session 10's title is Academic Integrity and Plagiarism. This is a super important topic for all college students to know and learn about. Having integrity when you're completing your work and avoiding plagiarism will save you a lot of heartache in the future. This is a pretty simple session with 2 activities, and take a look. We're getting really close to the end. As you'll see on the bottom of your screen, Session 15 is the final session of ACA. So you've hung in here this long, you can definitely make it to the end. When we start in Session 10, we are first going to complete the English paper journal. When you access the English paper journal assignment, you're going to see that there's a case study here linked in the top. You're going to click on that case study and read. This is a case study on academic integrity and plagiarism. Once you have read that case study and done some thinking, you are going to copy, start or edit your journal entry, and paste into the entry box. Now, for the journal, you are required to discuss the academic integrity of each of the characters listed in the story. So here, you will discuss the academic integrity of Reggie. Below, beside Sally's name, you will discuss the academic integrity of Sally. So you will do that for each of the 5 characters. Once you have addressed each of the 5 characters' academic integrity, you will think about the final question. Who do you feel is most at fault in this scenario? Why do you feel that way? And explain thoroughly. So, if you're thinking about the case study, who do you feel is the most at fault? And then you're going to explain that. Now, you also need to remember that you've got to have more than just a sentence or 2 or no sentence at all. So make sure that you're using proper grammar and you're proofreading before you hit the Save Changes button. Going back to Session 10, we're then going to complete the academic integrity assignment. When you get to this activity, you'll see that the actual template assignment is linked above. So when you click on the link, you will be taken to something that should be very familiar to you by now, but the option to make a copy of a Google template. Here, you will follow the directions. There is a video that you will watch for a quick and humorous overview of what it looks like to actually plagiarize. You may not even know what that word means. There are some students that don't know what plagiarism means. They think that what they do for their assignment is not plagiarism, when in fact it is. So just be very careful when you're watching this video, because this is going to show you exactly what plagiarism is. But it's going to be in a very funny format. For the second step here, you are going to access Nash Community College's Academic Integrity Policy. This link where it says access this document is going to be our Nash Community College course catalog, and there is going to be a section that addresses academic integrity. There's directions here that tell you exactly what page and where to find that. So you're going to read that policy. Then you're going to do some research on your own. You're going to find a web page that would be helpful for college students to use when they're needing help with situations involving academic integrity. So this covers lots of things such as citing sources, which you do in a variety of formats in your courses, or if you need assistance with your classwork. So maybe I'm confused about a subject and I start doing some searches trying to figure out what my instructor is talking about. So when I find additional resources, I have to be very careful about how I use them in my classwork. So you're going to report the URL or URLs if you find more than one in this box. And then finally, you're going to answer these 3 reflection questions. Remember that your responses here have to be more than a sentence or 2. These need to be answered in paragraph form, full sentences, and they need to be thorough. I need to see that you did spend some time in the academic integrity resources and that you have reflected quite a bit about how you're going to avoid getting in that tight spot of maybe using someone else's work as your own, or not citing or not giving credit to where you're finding the information. Once you have completed those particular activities, you're going to be done with session 10. Please make sure that you reach out if you have any questions or concerns as you complete this work.